everyone, welcome back to the session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our topic non-finite verb. Now this is part 5. Well, in our earlier session, we started revising non-finite verbs with some additional points. In this session as well, again, we are going to revise non-finite verbs with some additional points. In our earlier session, we started discussing infinitives. So in this session as well, we are going to elaborate infinitives and the difference between infinitive and other non-finite verbs. Well, in this session, we will discuss difference between infinitive and gerunds. So these are the two types of non-finite verbs. In this session, we are going to discuss difference between infinitive and gerunds. That how to identify whether we have to write infinitive or gerund over there. Now again, we are going to discuss perfect infinitive. After that, we'll discuss usage with different verbs. It means how to use infinitive with different verbs and different gerunds. Usage of need and dare. So as I told you in our earlier session that need and dare, these are the two words with which we use bare infinitives, in which it means that with the word need and dare, what we do, we just add verb first, but we do not add to. Though there are several cases that we have discussed in our earlier session as well, that is do plus dare, do plus need. Those are different structures. So in this session, we are going to elaborate all those points as well. So let's begin the session. First of all, we'll discuss infinitive versus gerund. Now we know well that both of these are non-finite verbs. Also, both of these behave like a noun, and infinitive is 2 plus verb 1, whereas gerund is verb plus ing. Now we know well that if we see two words written over there, we can identify which one is infinitive and which one is gerund very easily with the help of the structure of that particular phrase. But if there is only a sentence and we will be given a blank after that particular verb, and we will be asked whether to use infinitive or gerund over here, then we might get confused. So just to delete that confused from our minds, I'm here to tell you some tricks and some things so that you can easily interpret whether to use gerund or whether to use infinitive in that particular sentence. Both infinitives, that is 2 plus verb, and gerunds, that is verb plus ing, can function as nouns. But they are not always interchangeable. Some verbs are followed by gerunds, some by infinitives, and some can be followed by both with a change in meaning. It means there are several verbs which are always followed by gerunds only. There are several verbs which are always followed by infinitives only. But there are some verbs after which we can use either of the two. But they will have different meaning, they will have different contexts. So in this session, we are going to elaborate all those points. So let us discuss these two sentences. First one is, she likes to swim. Now this to swim is infinitive. She likes swimming. Now this is gerund. Now here we can have both the methods, that we can have to swim, we can have swimming as well. But what is the difference in the meanings of these two sentences? Let us discuss. First of all, if I see the second sentence, she likes. Now what? What does she like? So this is replying to the question what, and the answer is swimming. It means this is an object. This is an object. So swimming is her hobby. She likes what? She likes swimming. In fact, she loves swimming. So swimming is basically her hobby here. Here this word swimming shows that it is her hobby. But if I say she likes to swim, it means she is preferring swim. She prefers to swim. It means, suppose she has two options. Suppose she has the option either to swim or to go with her friends. So she prefers to swim. So here likes to swim, this shows that she's preferring swim, or she's preferring to swim. So this is preference when we use it as an infinitive. but here it shows that it is her hobby. It is her passion. So this to swim is an option for her and swimming is a hobby for her. This is the basic difference between infinitive and gerunds. Now let us move to the next one. We'll discuss perfect infinitive now. One more thing is there. Whenever we find out the difference between gerund and infinitive, we should keep two things in mind. Before perfect infinitive, let me discuss this only. That to show that it is a gerund, we only have that as a subject or an object. But if we have an infinitive, we should have some situation, that is when we do something, as I told you in our earlier session as well, that when we do something, to do something, when we do something, to do something, to do something, this structure shows that this is infinitive. Now let me take two sentences over here. She stopped going to her friend's home. She stopped going to her friend's home. And another sentence is, she stopped there to see her friend. To see her friend. Or to meet her friend, let's say. Now, the meaning is different in both these sentences. Also, if I see the verb stopped in these two sentences, let us see it with the help of the sentences itself. If I say, she stopped going, it means what has she stopped? She stopped going. She stopped this action. Now, from now onwards, she does not go to her friend's home because she has stopped going. It means she has restricted going, or she has now stopped herself from going to her friend's home. It simply means that she does not go to her friend's home right now onwards. But if I say she stopped, it means here this stopped has used for her. That she stopped there, and now for what did she stop her? She stopped there to see her friend or to meet her friend. So this is infinitive. Now here we can see that after stop we have used infinitive, whereas in this case we have stopped going. So after stopped we are using gerund over here. Now in both the sentences the meaning of stopped is changed. Here stopped is used for going and here stopped is used for her. In the second sentence, what has been stopped? She. It means maybe possible she was walking and she stopped over there. And she paused her walking there. But if I say she stopped going, it means she has stopped going. Her going and coming from there has been stopped. So the stopped which is in the above sentence is used for going, and this stopped is used for this person only. So this is how we use infinitive and gerund after some verbs. Now let us get back to the slides. We'll discuss perfect infinitive now. The perfect infinitive has the following structure: to plus have plus past participle. It is often used to indicate actions that are completed with respect to other actions or time frames. It means now whenever we have the word perfect, obviously we have the word has or have or had. And after that we have verb third form. So this is the structure of perfect sentence. But in case of perfect infinitive, now here perfect means has or have and infinitive means to plus verb 1. So in this kind of a structure, we have a structure to plus have plus past participle. It means verb third form. Past participle refers to verb third form. It is often used to indicate actions that are completed with respect to actions or time frames. It means some action that has been completed with the time frame that we show in perfect infinitive. For example, she claimed what? To have seen the movie before. It means she claimed that yes, she has seen this movie before as well. She claimed to have visited this place before. Maybe possible that we didn't see her, that we have not seen her visiting this place, but she claimed that she has visited this place before as well. So to have seen, to have visited, these kind of structures are known as perfect infinitive. I hope you understood this. Now let us move forward. Now let's elaborate all these points that we have discussed right now. First of all, the to of the infinitive is not literally silent, but there are verbs and auxiliary verbs after which we use the base form of the verb, that is called the bare infinitive. It means without the to. It means infinitive without to. Infinitive without to, in which we do have first form, verb first form, but we do not have to preceding it. So this is called bare infinitive. Now, suppose there are modal auxiliaries. So whenever we have modals, as I told you that after a modal, we can only have verb first form, but we need not write a preposition to over there. For example, if the sentence is of can, he can swim very well. So can is modal, swim is verb 1. Could, they could meet us at the cafe later. So could is a modal and meet is a verb and verb first form. Will, I will call you tomorrow. So again, will is modal, call is verb 1. Would, she would love to visit Paris someday. So would is modal and love is verb first form. Shall, we shall see what happens. So shall see, shall is modal and see is verb first form, which is a bare infinitive. Now should, you should visit the doctor if you are feeling ill. May I come in? It might rain. You must complete your assignment by tomorrow. So you can see in all these sentences, we have a modal and after that we have only verb first form, but we are not using to. Now, with certain verbs, for example, if we have the word let, so let me go, let him go. So here you can see clearly that we do not have to after it. Now, sometimes what happens if we make such sentences or if we convert such sentences into passive voice, we can have to over there. How? We'll discuss them later on. Or this sentence, if this sentence is let him go, and if I make this sentence in passive voice, he was let go. So if the word is let over there, whether it is an active voice or the passive voice, the verb will be bare infinitive only. Or the word which is looking like a verb will be in bare infinitive only, will remain in bare infinitive only, whether in active or passive voice. But in case of make, it changes. Now, it is written over here that in active voice, we are talking about in active voice only for the word make. They made him apologize for this mistake. So this is active sentence. But if I make this sentence in passive voice, it will be with to. The sentence will be like, he was made to apologize. So that will be the passive sentence of this. He was made to apologize. He was made to apologize. So this will be the sentence. If I convert this sentence into passive voice, I will have to add to preposition over there. But if the sentence is active sentence, there is no need to add to. Help. He helped her to move the furniture. So he helped her move the furniture. To will not come. To is just implied over there. See, I saw him jump over the fence. Watch. She watched the kids play in the park. They heard him shout. I felt the ground shake beneath me. So with all these verbs, what we do not add to, but we make the sentence with bare infinitives, that is only verb first form. Now, if we have these verbs, we can also make verb in ing form that we will discuss later on in the form of participle. And there only I will tell you the difference between make being an infinitive, being a participle, whether to use verb first form and whether to use verb third form after the word make. How? That we will discuss later on. Now with several expressions. What are the expressions? If we have expression had better, would rather, cannot but. After these, we only use bare infinitives, that is infinitives without to. You had better check your work before submitting. So you had better check your work. So you had better, and after that we have verb 1. We do not have to. I cannot say you had better to check. No, that will be incorrect. It should be like you had better check. For example, we say you better understand. So you better understand. Would rather. I would rather eat at home than go out tonight. So you would rather eat, not to eat. Cannot but. I cannot but admire her determination. We cannot say that I cannot but to admire. No, that is incorrect. The correct structure will be I cannot but admire her determination. It means there is nothing left except admiring her for her determination. Other situations after the semi-modal verb dare when used without to. He dare not speak against them. Now, there is something with the word dare and need which we should understand, that when to use to and when to use not to. How? Let us discuss. Suppose we have a word need. Now, first of all, we'll discuss the word need. Now, this word need, how to make sentences with the help of need. Now, what is the meaning of need? Need means when we require something. When we require something. Now, need is a verb, of course. Now, let us have this in different forms. Suppose we have need and this is the main verb. So, we can say, suppose I need a pen. Let's say this is the sentence and this is very basic sentence. I need a pen because I want to write. So I need a pen. So this need is a main verb over here. And what do I need? I need a pen. This is object. Now one more thing is there. If I just convert this I into he, what will be the changes? He needs a pen. Now, according to subject-verb agreement rule, this will be needs after he because he is a singular subject and I need to add s after the word need if I want to convert it into singular verb. So, he needs a pen. Now, these two sentences are correct. Again, this need is a main verb. If I have to convert this sentence, this given sentence, into an interrogative sentence, how will it be? It will be like, do I need a pen? Do I need a pen? Again, this need is a main verb. Or does he need a pen? Does he need a pen? That is it. Or if I have to convert this into negative, what will I say? I don't need a pen. I don't or do not need a pen. Or he does not need a pen, like this. Now, this need over here is a main verb only. But if I use this word need as a modal, now here we can have two structures. Now, need as a modal behaves like the word can, will, shall, or any modal. Now, for example, if I say he need to take rest, he need to take rest. What does he need to? He need to take rest. So, need to is a modal and take is a verb, which is first form, because after modal we can only have first form. Now, one more thing, if I am having the word he, it is he need to, not needs to. I cannot add needs. I cannot write needs to. Why so? Just because suppose we have a word can. Can is a modal, of course. So if I say they can do this work, now they are plural, can is as it is. But if I say he, so after he, I will write can. He can do this work. I cannot write he can't do this work. Of course, that will be incorrect. That is why if something behaves like a modal, there is no need to convert it into S or ES form. It will remain as it is. We cannot change will into wills. We cannot change can into cans. We cannot change shall into shells. It will remain same. Whatever the subject may be, it is totally irrelevant. So with he need to, or with I also, I will write need to. I need to take rest. Now, this is actually when need behaves like a modal. Now, again, there are two situations. What are the two situations? We can either have a positive statement or the negative statement. Now, if the sentence is positive, we will add to it. But if the sentence is negative, we will not add to after it. To will be removed from that part. But if to is there after positive statement, it is correct. For example, if I say he need to take rest, now this sentence is positive, so we are using need to. Actually, need to is a modal. Therefore, we are using to. But if I say he need not, now this one is negative. We cannot say need to not or need not to. No, that is incorrect. He need not take rest. He need not take rest. Now this will be the sentence. He need not take rest. He need not go there. It means there is no requirement of him to go there. He need not go there. So these will be the sentences. If the sentence is positive and need is behaving like a modal, we will use to. And if it is a negative sentence and the word need is behaving like a modal, will not add to at all. Now this is the major and the most important part about need. Now one more part is about dare that we will discuss later on. But here, if we use need as a modal, we'll add to only if the statement is positive, and if the statement is negative, we will not add to. Now, after the word rather and sooner, in certain comparative constructions, of course, we do not write to. I would rather do it myself. I would sooner leave than wait. So, with these terms as well, we will not add to, and we will use bare infinitives. Now, in case of dare, now let us discuss the word about dare. Now, dare is a word which means challenging, that you are going to challenge someone. And if you are saying dare, it means you are challenging his power or his ability to do that particular thing, or his capacity to do that particular thing. For example, now if this word is dare, this can be used in both the manners, whether as a modal or as a verb as well. Here, the most important thing is that we have to check whether the sense of the sentence. What is the sense of the sentence? It means if the sentence is positive or if it is negative. Now this part is very, very important. Negative or positive intention or the sense of the sentence. Now what do you mean by sense? What does it mean? Let us elaborate. Suppose I say to someone, how dare you? How dare you? Basically, the correct pronunciation is dare, not dare. How dare you? Or how dare you? It means I'm just challenging him. That how can he do that? It is not acceptable. It is a negative sense. Of course, it is a negative sense. So if I say how dare you, of course, it is a negative sense. Obviously, I will not talk to him in this manner very politely, that how dare you? Of course, that will be incorrect. If I say how dare you, it means I'm very angry. And I'm saying, how dare you? Now, if the sense is negative, will not add to. Will not add to. But if the sense is not negative, it is positive, we will add to. For example, if I say, how dare you? How dare you to touch my bag? How dare you to touch my bag? Now, of course, if the sentence is negative, of course it is negative. I'm saying, how dare you? Of course, it is a negative sense. So I cannot add to over here. The correct sentence will be, how dare you touch my bag? It means I'm very angry. And I'm saying that it is not your business. So how dare you touch my bag? This will be the correct sentence. But if I say, he dared to jump from the sixth floor, to save the child. Now, this one, in this sentence, you can see that someone, just to save the child, he dared, or it means he showed his courage. He jumped from the sixth floor just to save the child. It means he is very courageous. Just to show that courage, he did so. So he dared. So this is the thing of dare. And this is the work of dare. This is the action of dare. So this dared is showing the positive sense. We can add to jump. So if the sense is positive, we can add to before verb. But if the sense is negative, we'll not add to. For example, if I say, don't you dare talk to me. Don't you dare talk to me. Now here I'm not adding to talk. I'm not saying don't you dare to talk. I'm saying don't you dare talk to me. Now to is another thing over here. It is not using with dare. In fact, it is used with the word. It is being used with the word talk. So don't you dare talk to me. So all these sentences, both of these sentences are correct. In one, I'm using to. In another, I'm not using to, just because of the sense of the sentence. So this is how we use the word dare. Now let us move to the next one. When verbs like make, see, hear, and help are in active voice, they are typically followed by base form of the verb one. However, when in passive voice, they are often followed by the to infinitive. For example, as I told you earlier as well, that whenever we have the word make, active sentence, and in passive sentence, the context of to is different. If the sentence is active, we need not write to. But if the structure is in passive voice, we'll add to over there. For example, they made him do his homework. The sentence is active voice. We are not using to. But if the sentence is he was made to do his homework, now the structure in passive voice is totally different. Now they made him do, it means they made him enable, or they enable him to do this work. But in this sentence, he was made, it means he was, this made is actually a causative verb over here. This made is a causative verb over here. Now, what are these causative verbs? This we'll discuss in the last part of non-finite verbs, that is miscellaneous part. See, in active sentence, I saw her leave early. But in case of passive sentence, she was seen to leave early. Now, let us move to the next one. Help. Active sentence, she helped him pack, and in passive, he was helped to pack, though it is more common to simply say he was helped. Both need and dare can function as regular or normal verbs or as modal auxiliary verbs. Their behavior and structure will vary based on this classification. As a regular verb, when need functions as a regular verb, it indicates necessity or obligation and is followed by to plus verb one. That is infinitive. It can also form negatives and questions, do, this, and did. She needs to study for her exam. He does not need to go to the meeting today. Now, does not. Whenever do plus need comes, we use this structure only. Did they need to complete the assignment? Need can be used as a modal. Need she come early? You need not worry about it. Dare as a regular verb. When dare is used as a regular verb, it often to have the courage to do something. In this usage, it is followed by to plus verb one and can have negative forms with do, does, and did. So this is how we are using the word dare as regular verb. She dares to challenge the status quo. I did not dare to ask him about it. Do you dare to face your fears? So this is just the use of dare in regular verb sense. But if it is used as a modal, as I told you, the sense you have to check, and in that structure, we cannot use not over there. We cannot use to over there. In certain sentences, dare behaves as a modal verb, especially in questions and negatives. For example, dare he speak against the decision? Does he dare to speak against the decision? This is the meaning of the sentence. I dare not go out late. So it means I do not dare to go out late. So this is how we can use the word dare and need if they are not regular verbs and they are behaving as modals. So I hope you understood all these concepts. There are many verbs that are typically followed by infinitive constructions, and some have specific structures and rules associated with them. So I hope you have understood all these sentences, all these structures thoroughly. We'll discuss or will elaborate non-finite verbs and other non-finite verbs in our later sessions. Thanks to you.